What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dave here, Dave's RC. Total Line, episode 16. What's going on, guys? That's right, baby. I made it. Just got back from football practice about an hour and 15 minutes ago. Took care of a couple things. Hey, guys, so I'll be paying attention to the chat tonight. I'm going to let you guys run the show tonight. Give me a good solid hour of questioning, man. Michael, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Reckham Royce, Lee Davison, Eric Quinn, Barry G, welcome. How you guys doing? What did you guys fly today? If you guys flew at all. Jeff's Custom RC in the house. What's up? Eric, my man, Rogers, Victor Shameless. What's going on, man? Everybody is towing the line. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. If you haven't checked that out, guys, go over there and check that out. I did a I wouldn't say I didn't really ring it out, but we did do a maiden on the F-15 today. It flew pretty damn good. Flew pretty good. I was impressed with the way it flew. It takes a few seconds to get up to speed, but once it does, it's pretty good. Tyler, yeah, I know, right, Jeff? Tyler, guys, for the first time ever, flies off the ground. He says, I want to do the Avani. Well, first off, he's like, let me fly the MiG-17. And I was like, why don't you try on the Avani first? You know what I mean? And he said, I don't care what it is. I want to fly off. Yeah, Tyler did toe the line, dude. Tyler towed the line. Just so much stuff going through my mind that there was little things that I didn't tell him before he got started, which was, try to go slow. Don't really just gun it. You know what I mean? Because you definitely can't be doing that with a prop plane. I told him I just wanted him to ease into it, but I didn't tell him that beforehand. So he thought it was just like, when I hand toss it, he's got to gun it and go. I guess you can do that if you're used to steering with the steerable nose wheel and stuff, but he wasn't. Basically, you had to get that thing in a straight line for him. And he did fine, man. He did. I mean, he always exceeds my expectations. I don't ever really put doubt in that kid anymore. I never doubt anything that he says he wants to do or can do, because every time that I do, he always ends up making me look like shit. So, or making me look like a fool. So I don't doubt if Tyler says that, hey, I can do it. I'm about 95% confident that he believes that he can do it. And then the other 5% is just like nerves and, shit like that, just small stuff like that. I have faith in his piloting skills. I taught him how to fly based on the way I learned how to fly myself, and he knows how to fly that way just as well as I do. I mean, as you guys can see, he was first time on the Avani. He's doing barrel rolls and rolling it this way and then rolling it that way and doing double rolls, and I'm like, all right, take it easy. No, he didn't want to take it easy. He wanted to do what he felt comfortable doing. So, yeah, guys. No, definitely can't gun it with a tail dragger. No way. Not unless you're have right rudder pinned. And then maybe. Still got to get those things up on two wheels and play with it a little bit before you take off. Let's see. Hard left, full power, and go. He didn't crash it, so that's a big thumbs up. Yeah, hey, I have, like I said, I have nothing but trust in Tyler. I trust that if I put a plane in the air, Tyler can fly it. If I can fly it, Tyler can fly it. I'm glad that he broke the ice and finally flew a big jet. Now we're going to let him have some fun with the MiG-17. I think he'll have a lot of fun with the MiG-17. It's a. Do I dare to say it that I feel as though that the MiG-17 maybe flies a little better than the Avani? Do I dare say that? Do I dare say it? As far as its flight characteristics, where it's so floaty and you can really slow it down and really crawl with it. I know you can do that with the Avani too, but it feels much more effortless with the MiG 17. Like I feel as though that I still got to play with the wings a little bit with the Avani. With that MiG 17, I could go hands off on the sticks, and she'll just go, and stay rock solid. I mean, no, it's not an Avani. It's a MiG 17, and it flies like a MiG 17. The thing is that a MiG 17 flies really good, you guys. They fly really, really well. Dare. Tyler does have the right stuff, man. He does. He really does, man. Like I said, I've never been like, Tyler will have his moments where he'll make me proud. He'll be like, do something that's out of the ordinary for Tyler, and I'm just like, wow, that was a proud moment for him. That was one of those days today, guys. He really did his thing, man. He did his thing. That's it. Anyone know anything about unique models to F4U Corsair battery size? Unique models? No. Nope, sorry. No unique models. Most of the guys in this stream, you'll find there's not a lot of LX flyers. Unique models, I'm not sure what that is. Most of the guys in here, we do like free wing stuff. And I could be just speaking for myself, but I know most of you guys personally, and it's a lot of free wing, it's a lot of Flightline, it's a lot of FMS. What else, guys? Help me out. Horizon stuff, a lot of Horizon stuff. Black Horse now that Black Horse has become a part of Motion RC, we're seeing more people mess around with the Black Horse stuff. Dave, has Tyler ever flown a prop plane yet? Yes, Tyler has flown. No, Tyler has not flown a prop plane yet, you guys. No, sorry. Nope. He hasn't. He has not. But I tell you, a good one for him to learn on would be that little Bearcat, or that the Focke-Wulf. The Focke-Wulf was that's one of the ones that I learned how to fly on. P-47. The first prop plane that I ever flew was the Tempest, the Dynam Tempest, and I loved it. A lot of people don't like the Dynam planes. I think if you put your own servos in it, sometimes you want to put your own power system in them. All of my Dynam planes have their original power systems in them. All of them on 4S, and they fly great. But that little Arrows Bearcat that I have, it makes these guys look like shit. That little Arrows Bearcat, man, that thing really chops it up. That's a fun plane to fly. T-28 would be perfect for him because he likes the tricycle landing gear. He was telling me that he wasn't sure about the tail dragging type of planes. But something like a T-28 Trojan, yeah, that would be perfect for Tyler. And probably something that, tell us about the F-15, your thoughts on it. Okay, so the F-15 in grass kind of takes off slow. It takes her a little bit of time to pick up some speed, but once she picks that speed up, you're fine. You're good. But just know that right on takeoff, she's going to be a little bit of a slouch. You're going to have to ease it, and you're going to have to do a little bit of rudder, a little bit of opposite aileron, just a little bit. Nothing crazy here, guys. Just to make sure that she stays flat and you keep the air under her belly. Once you come around that first turn after taking off, and you come around that first turn and you're coming back, she picks up so much speed, boy. She's like a rocket ship, guys. I actually had to cut the throttle back because she was moving too fast. And a lot of you guys might say, no, there's no such thing as too fast. But on a maiden, yes, with me, yes, there is a such thing as too fast on a maiden. Once I feel comfortable with the plane, then I'll start opening her up. She does great in an aileron roll. Her aileron roll actually looks like a barrel roll, guys. It actually kind of looks like a barrel roll. The way she flows over it. You have your quick aileron rolls, like, this one. When I went for that slow roll, that thing, it was just. I mean, what can I say? The only thing that I didn't test out on it was the air brake. And I heard that the reason I didn't use the air brake is because I heard that it had a tendency to push the nose of the plane down. And I wasn't sure if I was ready to deal with that on the first landing. So I just brought her in with no flaps into the wind. And she settled in nicely. She landed on both of her back gear. Like I said on my MiG-17 flight, if I had a little bit of runway, it probably would have wheelied a little bit. I put my battery right where Michael put his in his video. If you guys haven't seen that video, I know it's not a Pilot Ryan Captain Mike show video. It's an old Motion RC video, but get over there and check out Michael's video on it. Where do you want to put your battery in this? Really quick while I got it here. You have these two lines right here, okay, on the plane. You got a front black line and a back black line. And then there's this little vent above that back black line. That's where you want to line your battery up with, right there. That's where you want your battery. I noticed myself, I would probably want the battery to come forward just a hair, maybe about 1/4 of an inch, maybe 1/2 inch. Nothing too dramatic. But I did notice that I wanted my plane to be a little bit more on the nosy side. It didn't feel tail heavy. That's not what I'm saying. It just felt like I could use a little bit of more down attitude. When I go into my turns, I like my nose to be down. I don't like my nose to be up in the air searching for something. I want it down. When I come out of my turn, I tap my rudder. I want that nose to come down. And what I was finding that the plane was doing was more like a high alpha turn. It was like, and then coming around, and the nose wanted to stay up, and finally she would dump down. I like it to do it a little bit quicker than that, and that's just basically just flipping the battery, pushing the battery down, and giving it more of a nose heavy approach. I didn't do any full speed flybys. I didn't do anything that quick. I didn't do anything fast like that. The fastest that I went in it was off the first turn, and then I went to full throttle during the aileron roll. Other than that, we did not have this thing at full throttle at all. We probably were up for about 2 minutes and a few seconds. That's including taxiing around. And we were right around 51% battery life when we were done. So that was actually pretty good. Not too bad. Not too bad. The battery I used was the same battery I used for the maiden on the MiG-17. It was a 5,000 Turnigy heavy duty 65C to 135C burst. So that is the battery that I used. XT90 connector. Appreciate that, Jeff. Thanks, brother. Oh, you guys were talking to Deuce here. Deuce, yeah, Deuce. I just saw your video pop up. I think it was your video. Did you just do another MiG-17 video today? Yes, the captain is in the house. I did fly it. Did flight number 14. Damn, son. Yeah, son. If I didn't have so many damn maidens to fly, so this is my thought, Deuce. I feel the same way you do about that plane. I want to keep flying it and flying it and flying it. That's why I'm trying to get through these maidens. I'm going to take the F-15 out, and we're going to fly it again one more time. We're going to shake her out the next flight, and I'm going to put the battery a little bit forward. But I'm interested in getting back to that MiG-17. I really am. We got to do the Flex Jet still. We still have the Beast over here to do. I have a few planes that we got to fly. I got to do the Corsair still, the Raptor still. So I'm trying to get through these planes as fast as I can as far as maidens go. But, man, that MiG-17, man, it visits me in my sleep. It visits me in my sleep, you guys. I'm sitting there sleeping, and I'm like, I wake up, and I have it standing up in my bedroom, which is a serious no-go. We don't put planes in the bedroom, but it's in the bedroom because I want to be able to just grab and go instead of coming in here and trying to rip it out of here and knocking it around and messing it up or hanger rashing it. It's sitting right there, right out in the open in my bedroom, leaning up against my wall. And I wake up in the middle of the night, just look at it and just how sexy it is. If you guys don't have a MiG-17 by Avios, you guys are wrong. You need one. You have to get one. It is such a great flying plane. It is so, dare I say, soft. It feels so soft and subtle in the air. It just flies so good. It's not overly powerful. It's not underly powerful. And It's got a wonderful flight envelope, guys. She's rock solid, rock steady. And that float, oh my God, the way she floats, you can bring her in dead stick and she'll just sit there and float. And then you just goose the throttle a little bit, and then more and more and more. She just like nobody's business, man. It's too much info. Well, that's what you get here. You guys wanted more info. You guys wanted me to pay attention to the chat more. Well, that's what you're gonna get. Now I'm paying attention to the chat, so now you're gonna get buttloads of information or opinions. Yeah, opinions. But no, man, Deuce will vouch for me on this one, bro. Come on. The MiG-17, bro. Like, come on. I mean, if you haven't flown it, you can't, you don't know. You just don't know. I did say but. I'm sorry. I'm a gross SOB. Where are my moderators at? Where are my moderators? No, I'm just kidding. Ricky, dude, I always give you love, homie. But we have to do it in code, bro. Can't be doing that shit live. We can't be letting that stuff out, man. All right, guys. So Delaware wants me to recant my statement. I'm going to recant my statement. Nobody wants a buttload of anything. I'm sorry. We will replace buttload with whole lot. Okay? So anytime you hear me say buttload, that is, yeah, that's our secret word for a whole lot. Okay, Lee Davison, I checked out your video. I could not find your UFO, bro. I was like, is this guy seeing things? What's he smoking? And then I watched the video. Nothing. Give me a time. Give me a time in the video. Like, you know, most people will be like, oh, check out like 3 minutes, 16 seconds. Check that out. And they'll put a time down there. I wasn't sure when to look for it, and I wasn't even sure if I was on the right video, to be honest with you. Big ass triangle in the sky at 106. And was that on your F4F Wildcat video? The last one that you did with the wing cam? That's a good question. Yes, Captain Photon, it is an in runner. Looks like an in runner anyway. It looks like an in runner in there. I put it on the big screen, Crap King. I believe it's the 6S1 Captain. Yes. Never mind. Yes, this is the 6S version with the Outrunner. This is an Outrunner. But the way it looks back there, they have like this casing around it, so it makes it look like it could be an in runner, but it's an Outrunner. Now that I'm thinking about it and I'm looking at it again in my mind, it's an Outrunner. It's just got that like little casing over it, kind of like the JP fan does. Makes it look like it's an in runner, but it's not. This is actually 6S Outrunner. I mean, there's just some planes out there that I think could use a bit more power, a bit more oomph, I guess I'd call it. I want to say that this one should have a little extra oomph, but then again, I'm flying off grass. And the reason I wanted to have a little bit more power, I wanted to get off the ground a little bit faster. I wanted to get up to speed and get off the ground a little bit faster. This thing kind of seemed like to take its time getting off the ground. It took its time to like spool up and finally get enough speed to lift off the ground. And then it took one whole complete turn to finally get to max speed. Now, realistically, I mean, that's kind of what you would get. Now, you wouldn't even get full speed out of a full turn, you guys. So, I mean, think about a real plane. You're not going to get full speed out of one turn. You're going to have to do a one turn, then a couple of straight passes into some Immelmans or split S's, then coming at a down angle to get to full speed. I'd say this thing got up to full speed pretty darn good for its size and what it's running for a battery and stuff, just a 6S battery and stuff. But once she gets up to speed, she's nice. She's plenty fast. I mean, I just wish it had a little bit more oomph getting off the ground, a little bit more ground speed, I guess you'd say. She doesn't need any more airspeed. I mean, there are some real speed freaks out there that like to see these things go fast. I just don't know how much you would want to trust a full flying stab on like 12S. You know what I mean? You put 12S on a full flying stab, that thing might sit there and start wiggling on you and get the plane to flop into the ground. I've seen a lot of large scale F-15s crash that way because they got too much speed in the thing. The stab starts flopping like this, and then the plane just goes wham into the ground. It's called, isn't it called like flutter? Isn't that what it's called? They call it flutter, right? Fluttering, elevator flutter. That's what you get with a full flying stab. You'll get what's called elevator flutter. If you get too much air going over it and it gets to be non-symmetrical and it starts, the aerodynamics go to crap. Boom! And then these bad boys go spitting into the ground like nothing. If I was going to put like a 12S system in this, I would glue the horizontal stabs. I would glue them in place and put an elevator on there with hinges. You know what I mean? I'd cut the back off of the elevator and use hinges, kind of like that F-16 is. Kind of like, Jesus, everything's a flying stab in here. Jesus Christ. Kind of like the back of the P-51, kind of like, I don't know, like the MiG-15 and stuff like that. I don't know. I have a hard time trusting full flying stabs on model planes anyways. On real planes, they're fine. But on a model plane, I have a hard time trusting them. I don't know. I don't think I would trust this thing on 12S. Maybe 8S. 8S would be good for this. I think an 8S setup in this would be great. What do we got? Yeah, Mike Ray has some great videos. Video with 600 views now. Yes, you guys. Thanks for mentioning that. Who was that? Lee Davison. Thank you for mentioning that. We did just go over 600 subscribers, guys. It took me 3 months to get through the 500s. I'm hoping that it doesn't take me this long to get to 700. The perfect Christmas present for me would be to get to 1,000 subs. If I can get to 1,000 subs by Christmas, that would be like the ultimate Christmas present. I would want for nothing more. That would be great. But I appreciate that, Love RC. Thank you for mentioning that. So yeah, guys, we're at 600. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool landmark. Kyle was super excited. He come flying out of his bedroom this morning. He's like, D, did you see the channel? And I was like, I did, man. I really did. I said I was in a live stream the other night. I was telling Kyle, I said I was in a live stream the other night, and Pilot Ryan was in a live stream at the same time, and I didn't know he was doing a live stream. He was doing something on the Havoc, and I was painting Love RC's 262. And I guess he had a bunch of people in there, like over 50 people in there. And he's like, yo, you guys go over there and check out Dave's RC. I got like 6 subscribers in like 10 minutes, guys. It was ridiculous. You know, I just like to go out and just say it, man. Ryan is such a good dude, man. He's such a good dude. Like, I don't even know, man, this channel wouldn't even be where it's at right now if it wasn't for a lot of you guys in here and Ryan and Mary Boozer. Those guys have given me a lot of publicity lately, and I've worked hard on this channel, you guys. Don't get me wrong. I've worked real hard on this channel, man. Me and Kyle have been going at it since 2016. It started off really, really slow. I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just, flying planes around and filming them. We've gotten a lot more organized. We've gotten a lot more the productions of the videos are a little bit better. We're learning how to merge things and edit things and do things that people want to see. Flying planes, like we used to just fly the same old planes over and over and over again. Um, people do like to see that, but at the same time, they're like, well, Jesus, he just made that video yesterday. Oh, I guess I'll watch it, or maybe I won't watch it. I don't want one of those. Maybe I won't watch it. I want to put something up that's going to pique you guys' interest every single time. So even if you have to like rotate your planes, like I tell you who does a good job of that, it's Victor Shameless. Victor Shameless does a good job of rotating his planes. Lee Davison does a good job of rotating his planes. Mary Boozer does a good job of rotating his planes. Pilot Ryan does a great job of rotating planes and getting new planes and flying them. What I would like to do from now on is buy a plane, fly it, review it. That's what this channel was supposed to be from the very beginning. Buy a plane, fly it, review it. And that's what it was. But then we started buying a plane, setting it aside, buying another plane, flying that one, then missing the review, then flying a different plane, and then doing a review. So we're starting to get a bit more organized with what we're doing. We're getting a plane, we're taking it out, we're flying it, we're reviewing it, giving you guys the battery life after the video, just trying to do things a little bit better, trying to mix it up a little bit, play a little bit of music in the background. Stuff like that, just little things like that, stuff that'll pique you guys' interest and keep you guys watching the videos. A lot of you guys aren't just in here because you watch videos with me. Most of you guys in here are my friend. So, and that's another thing that I've gotten out of this as well. Me and my wife, we don't do the friend thing. We're very, I wouldn't say we're untrusting people. We have a hard time trusting people. But at the same time, we want to trust people, but come on. I mean, really. Most of the time when we've had friends in the past, they would use us or take advantage of us. Or, we realized that, is that the way it's going to be every time? And it felt like it was every time. Every time we'd meet somebody, we say, oh, well, they seem like a nice couple. And then we go out with them a few times and, wow, man, they're very needy. They're very needy. They ask a lot of favors and want to borrow stuff, and they don't even barely know us. And, just stuff like that. So we had a hard time trusting people. So we just pretty much stayed to ourselves. But what this has done for me is it's brought me into a group of people that are nerds like me who like to mess around with electronics, fly planes, and do nerdy stuff, watch Star Wars and eat popcorn naked in beanbag chair, eating Cheetos. Anyways, guys, that's what I mean. You guys aren't just aren't subscribers. You guys are my friends. I'm closer to most of you guys than I am with anybody else that I know. So consider yourselves lucky, man. And I consider myself lucky to have you guys as friends. So get all the awes out. Yeah, I love you guys too. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, buddy. Pay up, Reckham. Time to pay up, he says. That's what I'm saying, man. All the rowdy folks hang out at Dave's RC. But yeah, guys. So not only did this hobby help me organize a channel, build a channel from the ground up without knowing a goddamn thing about building a channel. I just did it. And then I learned a few things from a few people along the way. And I'm pretty sure he won't mind me saying his name, Skip Built RC. I learned a lot from Skip Built. He's the one that convinced me to start showing my ugly mug on the camera and start giving the goddamn YouTube family their FaceTime. And I said, okay, all right, I'll do that. And I started doing that. I started getting a big response for that. People started subscribing more. And, I thank him for that. Without him, who knows when it would have ever happened, me finally giving the camera some FaceTime. But anyways, yeah, so since 2016, we've been doing this stuff, guys, and we're finally at 600 subscribers. That's a great milestone. I wish I would have hit it. I wish I would have hit it a long time ago. But you think we've been doing this for 4 years. That's 150 subscribers a year. That's not that bad. Not that bad for a small little channel, 150 subs a year. At the beginning of this year, we were at like 300 and something subs. We've gone over 200 plus subs just in the last few months, you guys, like 4 or 5 months, 6 months, something like that. 250, 260 subs, something like that. So Papa Boozer in the house. What's up, my man? If many of you guys don't know, maybe you don't know, maybe you do know. I have actually met Papa Boozer in person. Papa Boozer actually came up to Maine on vacation and actually came through my neck of the woods, and we got to hang out, spend some time together. We flew a plane or two and said our goodbyes, but it was an awesome time. My Stinger 90 that you guys have seen me fly before with the JP system in it, under that canopy, it's actually Papa dotted and signed by Papa Boozer. So yeah, that was a lot. Yeah, he Papa dotted the inside of my my Stinger hatch and signed it for me. So every time I fly that plane, it reminds me of Papa Boozer. And every flight that plane goes up is one more flight for me and for Papa Boozer. So that was pretty cool, man. Papa Boozer is he's a nice guy, really, really nice guy, well-spoken gentleman. And he deserves every one of our respect. He's got a lot of knowledge. And anyone and everyone that's in this chat and that's in the Pilot's Lounge, and you see Papa Boozer come into the room, just know that you're talking to a fairly intelligent person, a guy that knows this stuff. If you guys got questions, ask him. He probably knows the answer to it. He's been flying for a long time. So yes, Papa Boozer, thank you for stopping by tonight. Glad to see you in here, man. Roy, do you know who I am, sir? Oh my God, here we go. Roy, be careful, man. Captain Photon, aka Ricky, he works for the CIA, you guys. He's deep undercover at a midget mall in San Bernardino, California. And they're trying to figure out who the next Easter Bunny is going to be. So be careful, okay? Be careful. This is some real shit. He knows what you're doing all the time. He's watching you right now, Roy. He's watching me right now. He's watching me. If he can see me, he can see you, bro. Be careful, bro. Be careful. No, I'm serious. No, I don't know what the hell Ricky does for a job, but he probably can see us. So be careful. Just watch what you say around Ricky, okay, guys? Make sure that you put the LOL after everything, because if you don't, he's going to take that as an insult or a threat, and you might wake up with a dead horse in your bed tomorrow morning. So just be careful. I'm just putting it out there. Ricky's a badass mofo. Just be careful. Be careful with Ricky. Everybody else is fair game, but Ricky, just make sure you put your LOL at the end. Barry is close. Very close. Oh, man, shit. You guys are too much, man. That's too funny. That's too funny. Shit's legal, biatch. What's Roy smoking weed? Roy, you smoking weed? You smoking weed, Roy? What did I tell you about coming on the show and smoking weed and not offering anything to the host? Jesus, man. Jesus. Yeah, he is. He's passing the hooch. No, he's not passing it. I haven't got that damn thing one time yet. Mall cop folks. Barry. You forgot to put the LOL at the end of that. See, now Ricky. Get him, Ricky. Get him. You guys are too much. No, I know. Hey, man, to each their own. If you smoke hooch, that's on you, man. I don't judge people. I don't judge. I don't judge the Craft King for being a topless dancer. So why would I judge any of you guys? Just messing with you. LOL, Craft King. LOL. No, man, this is just one of those places where you guys can come in here and just talk all kinds of shit, and it doesn't matter. Nobody really means anything. You can't take anything to heart in here. This is just a bunch of grown ass men who like to fly planes and mess with one another. And you guys do a great job of that, man. But I'm serious. Be careful with Ricky. Right, Jeff? 007 shit. That's what I'm saying. Ricky's on some 007 shit. So just be careful. You had a Cadillac in your driveway last night. Well, when you wake up tomorrow, you're gonna have a Prius. So just saying. Just it can happen. He can make it happen. So oh man, too much. All right, mofos. What have you guys flown lately? Let's get some emojis with some planes that you guys have flown. Puff puff poof. Yeah. Doing something for AMA National Flying Day tomorrow. How's the weather in Maine? What's my favorite state to visit on my trip? Yes, the weather up here is great. It's actually cooled off, man. We're actually dealing with the weather, the weather that we normally get during the summer, which is, cool mornings, cool evenings, and pretty warm during the middle of the day, but it cools off rather quickly. It was windy as a bitch today, though, man. When I took this out for its first flight, the wind was swirling. It was actually coming in like the worst direction it could possibly come in at that field, which made me have to land flying towards the houses. And I really, really hate doing that. But I did it. And I ain't going to lie. I was nervous 100% of that flight. I was nervous, man. Anything can go wrong while you're flying one of these things. A servo can just go wacky, start flipping. That's why my intruder's messed up right now, because for some reason I was taking off and I punched full throttle. And as I was punching full throttle, it made something short out somewhere, and it went full up, down elevator and full right aileron. So the plane took off and went boom. It made me so sick to my stomach. I'm like, how can that even happen? How does that even happen? And then I unplug it and plug it back in again, and it's not doing it anymore. It's like, what the hell was that? What just happened? What did I just witness? Like, are you kidding me? What was that? So yeah, the intruder is down for the count right now. Well, I got to fix the nose gear again. I got to glue it back in again. I got to glue it up there again. This time I'm just gonna take some epoxy and I'm just gonna squirt it right in there, and then just let it dry. That was one of those things that it's one thing if it's in your control and you did it and it's pilot error. It's another thing if servos start going wacky and you start crashing shit because of stupid servos. That's where it borders on not being fair. That's not fair, man. Come on. So FlexJet, you guys, I'll be flying the FlexJet around the 1st. I got to buy some receivers for the DX8, which I got from Michael Raja. And once I get me a couple of receivers, I tell you what I would like to do. I need to get the Corsair out of the way. So that'll probably be the next plane that I fly, you guys. The next plane that I actually go out in Maiden is going to be the Corsair. I got to get that plane done. I have to get it done. Well, because it's the one that's making me the most nervous. And I feel as though I need to get it out of the way so that I can just get on with everything. Get on with the rest of the Maidens. But the Beast biplane's coming out of there pretty soon because it's already got a receiver in it. I could actually bind that to my Spectrum radio like right now. I could already do that. I could do that like right now. And I might pull it out of there like tomorrow or the next day just to see if I can get it bound. I don't have a binding key though. Hey, tell me this. Can I use my bind key from my Tyrannus with a Spectrum? Aren't bind keys pretty much like universal? Or am I wrong on that? Somewhat. Yeah, because pretty much it's just a plug that has like a U shape on it, like with a wire, like a wire and a U shape. That's it. That's all it looks like. It has to be a 3-prong for a Spectrum? Yeah, that's a bind plug, but I think it's only got two. It's only like a 2 position. I don't know. I'd have to pull it out and show you. It comes with a receiver. Yeah, I know, but this one's already got a receiver in it. This Beast plane already has a receiver in it. So what do I do? How do I? So when I buy a new receiver, I'll get a bind plug, and that bind plug will work for every single one of my Spectrums, my Spectrum receivers. So once I get my hands on a Spectrum bind plug, they're universal for all Spectrum. Okay, all right, cool. So I guess that's what I'll do. I'm going to buy a Spectrum receiver, I guess, and I'm going to get that Beast biplane bound up. I would really like to start flying that. That thing just looks like so much fun. And after watching my buddy Tim at the flying field fly his big giant scale one, it made me want to fly it even more. This Beast biplane is a big plane, you guys. That's a big son of a bitch, man. It's bigger than the P-47, FMS P-47. It's bigger than that. Like hands down. Longer, bigger, wider. It's not as wide as the 1600 millimeter. I think it's right under 1600 millimeter. I think it's like 1580 or something, or 1550 millimeters as the wingspan on that Beast biplane. I could be wrong. Somebody could look that up. I think it's like 1550 or 1540 or something like that. But it is a big plane. It's a biplane. It's a 1540 millimeter biplane. So it doesn't just have one wing. It's stacked up. I mean, it just looks big. It's got a big 60 size motor on the front of it. It's pretty bad. Just make one, Battle. You can make a bind plug. I don't want to blow shit up, Eric. That's not my forte, man. See, in the military, we would just throw sticks of C4 on an explosive that we found in the ground, or an IED. And then we'd back up with some det cord and just blow the shit up right then and there. And then sometimes the tanks would be there, and the tanks would shoot them and blow them up. Because they could just fire. They don't even have to. C4, yeah, C4 will work too, yeah. An old servo plug, okay. Tie the two outside wires together. Are you pulling my leg? So I would just take like the outside wires, pull the middle one, take the outside wires, plug it in. Easy shit. So you've done it before, Roy? I don't want to see smoke coming out of my batteries and my ESC if I do my receiver and shit. Okay, I'll give it a shot. Fred Barron's in the house. Fred Barron, thanks for stopping by, buddy. Got like another 15 minutes here, guys, and then I'm going to eat and I'm going to relax. Oh, I was supposed to take my daughter to the gym tonight, but I am too tired. I'll take my daughter to the gym in the morning. We will go work out tomorrow. Eric, what you can do, dude, right? Make one, snap a picture of it to me through my email, bro. Snap. Yeah, just take a picture and send it to me through not through email, but through my my phone messenger. My messages. Yeah, we're trying to get this beast. We're trying to get this beast bound up to the DX8 that I got from Michael. On outside, just jump them, Dave. Craft King says the same thing. That's 3 people, 4 people. That's 4 people saying the same thing. We fly the pants off of that beast. Deuces Wild said he would fly the pants off of that beast. You probably would too, man. You probably would. I know you're a good pilot, Deuce. I've seen a lot of your videos, man. A lot of your flight videos. You're a good pilot, man. You would probably fly the shit out of that thing. Do you know how to 3D fly? I don't know how to 3D fly. That's my problem, guys. That's my only deal. I don't know how to 3D fly. Yeah, see, I don't know how to 3D fly, but I promise, guys, I'll fly it around for you. I might pull up and try to hover a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll do it up high, though. Definitely do it up high. You know what? You guys got me excited now that you're saying I can make a bind plug out of a regular. Like I have an old servo head right now, a servo lead head, like right now that broke off of that fucking Hobby King Sky Sword, and I could use that, and I could bind that thing tonight, and we could take it out. We could take it out tomorrow. Oh my god. Yeah. We're gonna fly the beast, you guys. If that works, you guys, and I get that thing bound. So what do I do? So with a Spektrum, I just go to bind. So I plug it in. I plug the bind plug into what? Into the auxiliary port in the receiver, like the one that doesn't have a channel to it. That's where I plug it in, right? The one that doesn't have a channel. Bind port. Yeah, so the bind port. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. Well, Barry, if this doesn't work, then you can. I mean, that's cool. If this doesn't work, but I had like 5 people telling me that I can just jump one. I can make a jumper and build one. And if we can get that thing bound up, you guys, I promise you guys, I will take that plane out next and I'll fly it. Yeah. We're going to fly the beast, you guys. We're going to fly the beast. Eric, yes, I'll call you tomorrow when I pull it out of here, get it in the living room to bind it. And then you can walk me through the bind process. Stork on Sunday. Can't wait. Dave, you need a Black Horse model. Papa Boozer, I would love a Black Horse model. Man, I would like 2 Black Horse models, but I have no room, man. If I sell this big P51 over here in the corner, you guys, I'll have a whole corner. But I got a big giant scale P51 over here that needs to be sold or flown or crashed or something. We got to do something with it. Because it's just collecting dust over there, you guys. I mean, legit just collecting dust. Guys, hold on. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to go get something to drink. I am freaking terribly thirsty, and I'm terribly sorry that I'm doing this, but I got to go get a drink. I'll be right back. Oh, my poor foot.
No, leave him out there.
No kitty in the RC room. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh. 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 All right, what's going on? Get alligator clips. Just hit the outer pins, outer clip wires, so servo attached to clip. So basically, I just want to get the two outer wires on the bind part of the receiver to be touching one another when I hit the bind plug, or when I hit the bind method in the radio. That's similar to my Camaro. I can actually take a paper clip. So there's these OBD readers for like OBD1s, which is like your first generation, like Camaro, or not first generation, but your second gen Camaros or third gen Camaros, where they first came out with the OBDs. And you could take a paper clip and jump it from one port to another, and it'll actually read the codes out on the car. So they're like, oh, you could pay like $15-$20 for an OBD reader, or you could just take a paper clip and stick it in this one and stick it in there, and then put the car over, just not turn it over, start it, but just turn it over to your accessory. And you can actually read the codes that way. So it's basically the same thing. So you're just jumping one port to the other, binding it. It'll bind, then you pull the jump off. If I knew that, the beast would have already been bound up. Sunday, we'll see. Papa Boozer is out of here. We'll see you Sunday. I can't wait to see you guys fly that Black Horse model. I'm completely excited about that, Papa Boozer. Take care. Farewell. Say hello to the missus for me. Thanks for coming in, sir. Fred Beeren. Oh, yeah, I'm thirsty, man. I got super thirsty there for a minute. I'm like running around all day flying with Tyler. Then me and Kyle had practice. Then you came home. Then you come home and you just want to just go crash out. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. Tonight's Friday. We got the live stream to do. So, yeah, I definitely didn't get enough fluids in me today before I went out and did practice. But at the same time, it was one of our cooler nights. So it didn't bother me that bad. But I woke up in the middle of the night last night. So when the kids do their sprints and stuff, I try to do them with them as much as I can before my foot starts hurting. I try to do them as much as I can with them. Today, I just couldn't do it. My foot was hurting so bad today. I tried. I did a couple of them with them, and I was just like, that's not happening. But that takes its toll on me. And last night, I woke up with the biggest Charlie horse. And I knew immediately what kind of a Charlie horse it was. It was one of those ones that don't go away. And you're standing there, and you're trying to stretch it out, and you're screaming because it hurts so freaking bad. You're just like, ah! And you're trying to stretch it out, and the more you stretch it, the more it wants to try to pull back in on you. And you're like, this is one of those dehydration ones. And then it's funny. As soon as you take a sip of water, it starts to relax. It starts to go away. And I chugged the whole bottle of water, and within 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes, the Charlie horse was gone. It was gone. It was like, thank you. That's all I wanted was some water. Now take your little pretty ass back to bed. And that's what I did. I went back to bed. That hurt, though, man. It woke me up out of a dead sleep. I was in a dead sleep. And all of a sudden, I just woke up in pain. And I was like, oh, my God. My wife's like, you're out of your freaking mind. And I'm like, oh, my God, it hurts so bad. She's like, shut up. Why are you screaming? It freaking hurts. Oh, man, yeah. Those aren't fun. Those aren't fun. Those Charlie horses ain't fun. Jeff, you're out of here. See you later, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, guys, I'm thinking I'm going to call it for the night too. We're about 5 minutes away from an hour anyways. And I'm going to see most of you Joes later, Jeff. Peace, buddy. Peace. Deuces Wild out of here. Peace. Fred Barron. Everybody. Yeah. Appreciate that, Eric. But yeah, guys, so I'd like to say first good night to everyone. Good luck if you're going out flying this weekend. Michael, thank you again for what you've done for me. Because of you, we'll be doing this beast biplane tomorrow. Probably we'll be binding it up anyways. But that's it, guys. I mean, pretty nice turnout. We had like 22 people in here at one time. We're steadily moving on up each week. We're getting a couple more people in and out. It's going to take some time before people actually find out that, hey, man, that show on Friday, man, that's not that bad. That's not a bad show. Not a bad gig. I've got my loyal supporters that come in here every week with me, man, and I appreciate it. Those of you guys that can catch it. Those of you guys that can't catch it and want to, I get it. I know. Deuce, Delaware, I know you're out sometimes at the docks and you can't get the feed in. And that's cool. I get it. But that's it, guys. Make sure that you join us tomorrow in the Pilot's Lounge, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Be there, be square. And then also at 8 o'clock on Sundays, guys, the Merry Boozers show. And then, of course, every Friday, my show, Toe the Line, 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's it, guys. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC. If you haven't checked out my maiden on the F-15, free wing 90mm F-15, go over and check it out. It was actually kind of a blast to fly. But that's it, guys. I'm Dave. This is Dave's RC. We'll see you tomorrow night in the Pilot's Lounge, and then Sunday we'll see you at the Merry Boozers channel. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.